It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we've got Pat Surtain, who played his part to perfection last week with 3 interceptions. It's the Broncos and the Texans. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our 2 quarterbacks in this one, I'd say it's a study in contrast. Young versus, well, let's say experienced. Davis Mills of the Texans, Russell Wilson of the Broncos.
And you are on point about that because you definitely don't say old now. That won't gain you any points, but you're right. You got one guy still kind of figuring things out, still at that point where he's learning more with each game he plays. And then the other side of the field, you've got a guy who's kind of seen it all at this point. Maybe his body's slowed a little, but the knowledge of the game, still top notch, and he can win with his mind.
Here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
First play, Mills looking to pass. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll go again here with Mack. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. 18 carries, 66 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. They'll go with Mack here up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mills. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Mack. Touchdown, Houston. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the end result was a Marlon Mack touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Here's Russell Wilson, 11th season in the league. First, of course, with Denver after a high-profile trade this offseason that saw him dealt from Seattle.
The Denver Broncos knew exactly what they wanted when they acquired Russell Wilson. They wanted to bring in a quarterback who was durable, consistent, and a proven winner to take a talented roster back to the postseason. And Russell Wilson, he was all of those things in Seattle. 1 losing record in 10 seasons, missed only 3 games in that time, and made 9 Pro Bowls.
Wilson finding his big receiver Patrick over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. The Broncos 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
On 1st down, Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Boy, you know, some plays you can just sort of tell they're not going to work from the start, and that was one of them right there.
Yeah, I mean, he had every option taken away, and so all that was left for him to do was to try and keep it himself, but even he knew that he had nowhere to go.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Desmond King back deep. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover, put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 40 now on second down. Mills. They'll run the screen with Mack. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Mills now. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. It's complete to Brown, right side. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Looking to throw is Mills. And he's got Dorsett complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
A run up the middle with Mack. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go right back to Mack. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and
8. Delay of game, offense.
And that flag accepted.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Mills. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards that time for number 14.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out. And a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. The handoff goes to Gordon, running left. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
1 yard loss brings up second and 16 at the 34-yard line.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it facing a second and long situation. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Staying on the ground with Mack. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Mills. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They'll run here with Mack into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Mack again, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Marlon Mack with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result was a Marlon Mack touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did.
Yeah.
But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Here's Mack to get it again on 2nd down. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And to understand, if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. On the handoff, it's Mack. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burpo?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Mills. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the Broncos coming out now. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. After the interception, here's Wilson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And it's caught. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Gordon is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Play action. Now Wilson. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Jalen Petrie in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. The kick by McManus is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
So here are the Texans to take over. Last week they got the victory against the Colts, so they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
This to the outside for Mack.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Throwing, Mills. Cooks on the quick slant.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now Mills.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mills again. On a slant, here's Collins. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down.
This is caught. It's Cooks. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And the result, a Houston touchdown from the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now Wilson on first down. This is caught by Williams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Wilson will throw again. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Now it's Wilson. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. 3 yards all they could muster there to bring up 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. The kick by McManus is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Wilson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now Wilson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Courtland Sutton has shown plenty of times that he's a big-time player, capable of making the plays that you need to be a wide receiver 1 in this league. Now his goal is to return to his 2019 Pro Bowl form. 776 yards in 2021. He picks up a first down there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line.
On the counter, here's Williams. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Mills on first down. And Cooks has it over the middle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is Mack. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Mills. He gets it to Cooks. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mills. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it is good. That cuts the lead now to 11, 24-13 our score. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Mills to throw it. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, they showed a 5-receiver set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the quarterback to process both pre- and post-snap, but he was able to find his man, and it turns into a big play.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
82 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Play action now. Mills
dumps this one off to Mack.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Looking to throw is Mills.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
2nd down and goal. Mills. And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 13.
Here's Williams to start the drive.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. If they're going to try to complete this comeback, they need more runs like that from him, because until that point, he's been virtually shut down.
And based on where they are right now in this game, you would expect the ball to be in the air. But his ability to break off those types of runs, you can get big chunk plays on the ground as well, and he just provided one.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. To throw is Wilson. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter action in Denver.
Here's Wilson.
Over the middle, complete to Judy.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The kick by McManus is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Texans offense set to regain possession. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
To throw, Mills. Throw right side, taken in by Collins.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's got it inside the 10. A huge play there for Houston. 57 yards.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Again, it'll be Mack. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Throwing, Mills.
Dancing, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Randy Gregory gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Denver's offense now set to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Wilson. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Houston's offense taking over again. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the fourth quarter.
They'll go with Mack here up the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll go again here with Mack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Third and short yardage, Mills. Open man there is Collins, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack of finding his way open and completing the connection.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. A first down throw for Mills. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Patrick. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Wilson will throw again. This is Gordon on the dump off. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. To throw again on second down. Wilson delivering again to Gordon, and he's got him again. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Third and 2, now Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he will have a Broncos first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. On first down, Wilson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. So they get that completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Good defenses. It's understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And now they're in the hurry-up. On third down, Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Albert Okwuegbunam. Incomplete. It's now fourth down.
Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Texans defense stands tall. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Texans, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.